Very good morning, students. We who are started to think about the Birsa Munda, and we said about where he studied and what was his thinking like that, and he giving the idea about the Satyug or the age of the truth like that things to the people. Then we are coming to the last part of the lesson. What worried the British official most was the political aim of the Birsa movement. Why the British people they got worried because the political aim of the Birsa movement that was they uh, for it wanted to drive out missionaries, moneylenders, Hindu landlords and the government and set up the Munda Raj with Birsa of its at its head. What was the political aim of the Birsa Munda was he want to send everyone out, moneylenders, missionaries, Hindu landlords, everyone, and he want to start a Munda Raj under the leadership of Birsa. The movement identified all these forces as the cause of the misery the Mundas were suffering. Why they was thinking like that? Because of these people, money lenders and Hindu landlords like that, they was suffering a lot for many days. They don't want to suffer like that all the problems given by these people, so they want to remove these people or the influence of these people. The land policies of the British were destroying their traditional land system because they are tribal people, and the forest law and the impact of the forest law we have seen, and the land policy of the British, it is destroying the lifestyle of the Mundas or the traditional land system of Mundas, and Hindu landlords and the money lenders were taking over their land, and missionaries were criticizing their traditional culture. Why they was against the landlords, traditional landlords or money lenders? Why they was? Because they was taking power on their own land, and they want to give rent to the landlord or to the money lender. And the missionaries, they was criticizing the traditional culture, means killing of the human being or drinking alcohol like that things, it was criticizing by the missionaries. So he was against to that also. As the movement spread in, the British official decided to act, and they arrested Birsa in 1895 and convicted him on the charge of rioting and jailed him for 2 years. And the British officials, what they decided, they decided to start the oppressive activity, so they arrested the leader Birsa in 1895, and he given the charge of making the revolution or problem in the society like that, and he was jailed for 2 years. When Birsa was released in 1897, he began touring the villages to gather support. Again he became free. That time he went to village to get the support. He used traditional symbols and languages to rouse people, urging them to destroy Ravana, means Dicus, and the Europeans, means here is the foreigners, those who are coming, and establish the kingdom under his leadership. And again he started to spread the same thing. For that, for what all things he is using, traditional symbols of that particular group, as well as the traditional language of the people. And what he is saying like that, we want to destroy the Ravana. We people are aware about Ramayana, Mahabharata, like that, the religious books of India. And in that, what is the role of the Ravana? We know that is the showing like that the false power or the evil power. So we want to remove them or destroy them. Then establish the kingdom under his leadership. Want to start a new kingdom under the leadership of Birsa. Birsa's followers began targeting the symbols of Diku and the European power, the flag and the building like that things. They started to means attack. They attacked police stations, churches, and raided the property of the money lenders, semindars. They raised the white flag as the symbol of the Birsa Raj. They made what was the color of the flag of the Mundas? That was the white. And what was the name what they given? That is Birsa Raj. And 19 the Birsa died of cholera, and the movement faded out because there was no proper leader after Birsa. That's why that movement also slowly it become powerless. However, the movement was significant in at least two ways. First, it forced the colonial government to introduce laws so that the land of the tribal could not be easily taken over by the Dikus. We got two advantages from this Birsa movement. First one, the colonial government, they are introducing the new land law. By that, the other people other than the tribals, they can't take the land of the tribals very easily. Means the Hindu landlords or the semindar or the money lender can't take the land very easily. Second, it showed once again that the tribal people expressed their anger against the colonial rule. The colonial means tribal people, they can understand and they are having the capacity to show their angry against any people, not only the British rule here saying like that British rule, and to anybody else, all those who are giving the threat or difficulty to this tribal people, surely they will get angry and they will react to it. Even though we are educated, we are this and that we are saying, then also. And they did this in their own specific way, inventing their own rituals and symbols of struggle. They are making even the religious rituals or the agricultural rituals and the symbols what they are having and everything they are using to make awareness among people or to fight against the British rule. Then I sent these notes of the lesson. Okay, you can write it. Then we can see here one poem, it is given elsewhere. Why do we need cash? There are many reasons why tribals and other social groups do not wish to produce for the market. That people, not only tribals, many peoples are there, they don't want to get money like that. They are not thinking about market and making money and becoming rich and other things. This tribal song from Papua New Guinea gives as a glimpse of how the tribals were viewed the market, what they was thinking about market and cash, like the things we are getting from the Papua New Guinea tribal song. We say cash is unsatisfactory trash. It won't keep off rain and it give me pain. We are saying cash, it is really an unsatisfactory thing, and cash won't give any rain. Instead of that, it will give pain to us. So why should I work my guts from coconut tree for these government muds? Means in the market, if I am working and if I am selling my service or goods, I will get money, but this cash won't help me. It will give only pain to me. Then why I should work? Cash cropping is all very well if you are got something to sell, but tell me, sir, why if there's nothing to buy, should I bother? If I don't want to buy anything from the market, then why I should think about money? Instead of that, I can cultivate what all things I want. Then why I should think about the things, cash and other things. Adapted from a song quoted in the Corn Clerk and the Hustle editors, the economy of the subsistence agriculture, 1970. Means each and every people, they are thinking like that we will make our own small garden for ourselves. Then why we want to think about market? Why we want to think about cash? Now also we used to hear like that people, they are ready to work even though they are getting the threat of this corona. Then also they are ready to go outside and work, because in the name of cash, we want to get cash for life. For that purpose, they are going outside and getting some trouble. Okay, thank you. We will continue.